The manhwa recommendation I have for you today is Beacon of Dawn. It's an ongoing manhwa that I've personally read up to chapter 80 on, but by the time that you watch this video, it probably has more than that. These are the tags I would categorize it under, and I would personally say it leans fantasy action at this point. Some art previews will be up during parts of the video. Bucky here is the name of its main character. Originally a member of the Naegi tribe, he witnessed his village's destruction at the hands of the Emperor and Empire. Focused on revenge, he joins the military of said empire to try and enact his potentially quite useless plan. Quite careful and decently strong individual who thinks himself as quite heartless is actually one who cares a lot about those that he gets close to, but finds it conflicting with his particular motive being that of his revenge. Moving on to the setting, what we have here is a fantasy world with a more medieval backdrop. There is the giant empire that has been aggressively taking over everything in sight. Using the power of the sun that the emperor has, it overwhelms other kingdoms and entities that try to resist, but they ultimately fall one way or another. Clearly, some rebel movements or sentiments that want to challenge the sun's reign will exist. However, in this particular society, religious devotion towards the emperor is the highest form of loyalty, and there can be nobody who can question it. As for other characters in the manhwa, there are quite a number of them, and they actually get a good amount of scenes with some character development along the way. However, it's clear to see that the majority of them are used as a vehicle to move Bucky's particular development and power growth along. Even with this in mind though, they don't feel lackluster but feel required for the story to actually unfold. This just leaves the art. One manhwa that I finished before I even started this YouTube channel was Becoming the Monarch. Weirdly enough, Beacon of Dawn reminds me of the art style from that manhwa. Otherwise, while it is a fantasy action manhwa, the action moments are not really that constant, but they are intense when present. And there is a good amount of dialogue for world building, which can be a little bit much here and there, but they provide the much needed context necessary for us to understand what's going on. Overall, I would give Beacon of Dawn an 8.5 out of 10. Fantasy action manhwa readers that like a somewhat simple plot but one that can actually captivate you should give this one a try.
Make sure to like and subscribe for more manhwa recommendations like this one.